My husband is on a business trip, and my mother-in-law wants me to divorce her son. She offers me 50 million, and I readily agree. If money is handed to me on a silver platter, it would be foolish not to take it. After signing the divorce agreement that my mother-in-law handed over, I went back to my room to pack my belongings. I waved goodbye, leaving the home I had lived in for 3 years with the 50 million my mother-in-law had given me. Since my mother-in-law had pushed me away, I naturally didn't want to stay in that house any longer. Yi Yunshin's eyes were bloodshot, and he angrily gripped my waist. Why are you leaving me? Haven't I treated you well enough? Do you just love money that much? My husband had finally gone on a business trip, and I lay casually on the living room sofa, playing on my phone and scrolling through short videos, watching those young men with 8-pack abs. I felt an immense joy. At that moment, my mother-in-law came over with her assistant, Chu Yao. This is a 50 million check. You will divorce my son immediately. I was stunned for a few minutes before coming to my senses. Okay. I agreed without hesitation. I reached out to take the 50 million check that my mother-in-law handed over. Money that comes to my door. Why would I not take it? I'm not a fool. I quickly slipped on my slippers and went back to my room to pack my things. In the 5 years since I married Yi Yunshin, I have accumulated a lot of things. It takes me at least 2 or 3 days to tidy up. Every month, Yi Yunshin gives me 1 million yuan as pocket money, allowing me to spend freely. Once it's gone, he finds a way to ask his parents for more. Yi Yunshin, this pampered child, is so good at spending money. He only knows how to indulge in food, drink, and entertainment. He hardly earns any money himself and still relies on his in-laws to support the family. Every time, after Yi Yunshin has drained his parents' resources, he divides the money he gets with me. Although Yi Yunshin works at his own company, his salary is actually not much. The bulk of the money still comes from his in-laws. All the household expenses are covered by his parents, and when I go out shopping or dining, I always use the intimate payment method linked to my account by Yi Yunshin. Basically, I haven't spent much of my own money. In the 3 years I've been married to Yi Yunshin, I've saved quite a bit, at least around 40 million, though I haven't calculated the exact amount. As I went back to the room to pack my luggage, I felt that divorce wasn't such a bad thing. My mother-in-law has never liked me. It's not a new issue. She's always looked down on me and disapproved of me. Yi Yunshin and I are alumni of the same university. One of us is a girl from a poor family, and the other is a boy from a wealthy family. Originally, everyone had no interaction at school. The problem was that Yi Yunshin and his good buddy Chu Xingxi were walking at school when my good friend Lu Qingqing walked too fast and accidentally bumped her ice cream onto Chu Xingxi's white shirt without noticing him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Qingqing kept her head down, apologizing to Chu Xingxi, but Chu Xingxi didn't care about school friendships at all, and arrogantly said, "If saying sorry is useful, why do we need the police?" Seeing Chu Xingxi's disdainful demeanor, I couldn't hold back and retorted, "Classmate, don't go too far. We've all apologized to you. What more do you want?" Chu Xingxi was infuriated. "Who do you think you are? Daring to speak to me like that? You made a mistake, and you still think you have a right to complain. I am this classmate's good friend, Chu Yao. It was wrong of my friend to dirty your clothes, but she has already apologized to you, hasn't she? Hey, student, your ears aren't deaf, are they? If you have something useful to say, why do you need the police? I know that with just me and Qingqing, 2 kids from poor families, we can't really do anything to this young master. But I just can't stand it. Why do they look down on people like this?" I shouted at him in anger. "So what do you want? What do I have to do for you to forgive my friend?" Chu Xingxi laughed nonchalantly. "It's not about what you have to do. Aren't you this student's good friend? When a good friend is in trouble, shouldn't you, as her friend, help her?" You lick the ice cream off my clothes clean with your mouth. And I'll forgive him. As soon as Chu Xingxi finished speaking, the surrounding classmates burst into laughter. Everyone was eager to see me make a fool of myself. I was so angry that my chest hurt. How could these young masters bully people like this? I directly snatched the ice cream from Qingqing's hand and shoved it into Chu Xingxi's mouth. You like to lick, don't you? I'll let you lick to your heart's content. With a series of fluid movements. After finishing, I grabbed Qingqing's hand and ran. The surrounding classmates were stunned, looking at me in disbelief, then glancing at Chu Xingxi, who looked so furious he seemed ready to explode. Everyone held their breath. Revenge feels good for a moment, but regret cuts deep when you come to your senses. By the time I regretted it, my college life had already turned into a daily struggle. My classmates shunned me, and Chu Xingxi would occasionally play pranks on me. I was locked in the bathroom by my classmates and doused with water. No matter how much I yelled and screamed, it was useless. And I wasn't let out until the cleaning lady came in the morning to clean. I returned to the classroom for class, and as soon as I sat down, I found that my chair was smeared with 502 glue. A female classmate hid my textbook and threw my bag into the trash can. Anger had clouded my vision, and I went straight to confront Chu Xingxi. Chu Xingxi, are you even a man? If you have the guts, let's settle this unknown. What do men fear the most? They fear women saying they lack guts. I guess this is like shitting on Chu Xingxi's head. Chu Yao, don't force me to hit a woman, okay? In order to live a peaceful college life in the future, I became more and more courageous. Go ahead and hit me. If you don't, you're just a cowardly turtle. Furious, Chu Xingxi raised his hand to hit me, and I squinted my eyes in fear, waiting for him to strike. I waited for a long time, but I didn't see Chu Xingxi make a move. When I opened my eyes to look, it turned out that Yi Yunshan was blocking him. I saw Yi Yunshan say, "Woman, you've successfully caught my attention." Then he pulled Chu Xingxi away, leaving me there in a daze. And just like that, the matter was resolved. I still couldn't quite believe it. The next day, I returned to school for classes, and the atmosphere was calm. My classmates no longer played pranks on me. Who would have thought? When I got back to my seat, I found a bouquet of 99 roses placed there. The card attached to the flowers read, "Dear classmate Xu Yao, first there was the pig Jinqiang after the Wenchuan earthquake. And now there's you, Jinqiang from Dong University. From now on, you will be my very own Jinqiang. Just wait for my challenge." Looking at this inexplicable flower and card, I was completely speechless. The classmates around me were looking at me strangely, which made me even more confused. After finally waiting for class to end, outside the school gate, Yi Yunshan and Chu Xingxi pulled up in a Maserati and stopped at the school entrance, causing a chorus of screams from many female classmates. Wow, wow, wow. The school hunk, the male god. Who are those two waiting for? I really want to get to know them. Seeing me and Qingqing exit the school gate, Yi Yunshan walked up to me. "Chu Jinqiang, let me walk you home." "No need. Thank you." I ignored him and directly took Qingqing's hand to walk around him. "Chu Jinqiang, I am officially pursuing you now. It's your right not to accept, but it's also my right to pursue you. I'm really scared of these young masters. Just a few days ago, they wanted me dead. And now they say they want to pursue me." I couldn't hold back my anger and directly reached out to grab the corner of his shirt, pulling open his white shirt to reveal a tantalizing set of abs underneath. He hurriedly grasped his shirt. "What do you want to do?" A flush of crimson spread across his face and ears, and I looked at him innocently. "I was just about to ask you what you wanted to do." Yi Yunshan lowered his head and muttered softly. Damn. I don't know what qualities of mine attracted Yi Yunshan. After all, I don't have a bright appearance, nor a gentle personality. Yet, he comes to pick me up and drop me off for classes every day, bringing me breakfast each morning. I don't know the reason, Nor do I want to know. Just like that. In less than a semester. I confusedly agreed to Yi Yunshin's confession and started dating him. After graduating from university, Yi Yunshin and I got our marriage certificate. Then I moved into his parents' grand villa with him. At first, Yi Yunshin's parents were against our relationship. They thought we were mismatched and wanted him to marry someone from a more suitable background. Yi Yunshin went on a hunger strike at home every day in protest. In the end, with no other son, his parents relented and agreed to his marriage with me. After we got our marriage certificate, Yi Yunshin took me to move into his parents' big villa that same day. Yi Yunshin is just a second-generation rich kid who knows how to spend money but not how to make it. He relies entirely on his parents. There's no way around it if my husband won't go out to earn a living and instead leans on his parents. Then I might as well lean on him. So, while my in-laws go to work to earn money, my husband and I enjoy life at home. This also led to my mother-in-law looking down on me even more. In the end, my mother-in-law said that if I didn't go out to work and earn money, she would have Yi Yunshin divorce me. Yi Yunshin didn't want me to suffer by going out to work, nor did he want to divorce me. So, he took my place and went to work to earn money, directly becoming his father's assistant at his own company. Every day, he clocked in and out on time, bringing me gifts with the meager salary provided by the company. I believe the best decision I made in this life was marrying Yi Yunshin. Although he is a second-generation rich kid, he gives me money to spend and treats me well, singing a little tune. I wandered back and forth in the 100-square-foot dressing room, organizing designer clothes, bags, and shoes. Some are new products from luxury brands, some are custom-made, and some were bought for me by Yi Zixin at an auction. After packing up the more expensive clothes, bags, and jewelry, I looked at the 7 or 8 large boxes in the room and felt utterly exhausted. I casually took out my phone and called a moving company. "Are you not done packing yet?" Suddenly, I heard my mother-in-law's voice behind me, startling me, and my heart raced rapidly. "Didn't you look? Isn't that a pile of suitcases, Chu Yao? Let me tell you, I remember when you came in. You only brought a few shabby clothes. Why do you take so long to move out? And why are you packing so many things?" I was so angry that I laughed. Did my mother-in-law really expect me to move out empty-handed? How could she think so naively? What's wrong? Can't I even tidy up my things? Which piece of clothing in this wardrobe wasn't bought with my money? The jewelry in this jewelry cabinet is all what I like. And Yi Yunshin bought it for me. And what about the shoes in this shoe cabinet? Which pair wasn't bought with my money? After 3 years of marriage, although Yi Yunshin doesn't have much ability to earn money himself, he treats me quite well. He doesn't go out spreading rumors. As long as I'm at home, he'll stick to me and contribute his share. He doesn't make any money, but he will rely on his family for cash. And whatever he gets, he'll share half with me. He even spends his own share to buy me clothes, shoes, and jewelry. Chu Yao, how can you be so thick-skinned? Do you have any money? Your money still belongs to our family. And the things bought with our family's money, aren't they also ours? My mother-in-law said this while opening the suitcase I had just packed, taking out my belongings one by one. Not only did she do it herself, but she also had her assistant help. Give up on this idea. All these things belong to our family, even if I don't want them or can't wear them. I'd rather throw them away than let you take them out. Ever since you married my son, he has been enchanted by you like a fox spirit. Completely lost in a daze. He's almost forgotten who his own parents are. Letting you into our home has truly been our family's misfortune. You don't go out to work and earn money yourself after marrying in, but you make my son do it for you. You just keep draining our son's blood. It's only natural for me and his father to raise our son, but why should we also have to support you? This good for nothing. Ignoring my mother-in-law's insults, I bent down and repacked the items that she and her assistant had just taken out of the suitcase. My mother-in-law was even more enraged. I told you these things were bought with our family's money. You can't take them away. She even started to open my suitcase again. After repeatedly dismantling my luggage, I lost my temper. If you dare to open my suitcase again, I won't get a divorce. I'll just live in this big villa every day, driving you crazy. I'm really afraid I won't get a divorce. This time my mother-in-law doesn't dare to make a move. She's standing by, watching me pack. She's terrified I'll take something from her house that doesn't belong to me. When I was almost done packing, the moving company arrived. My mother-in-law had her assistant bring out a divorce agreement for me to sign. Without hesitation, I took the pen and quickly signed my name. Seeing that I was about to leave, Butler Chin was anxiously pacing back and forth. Madam, you can't drive the young lady away. Otherwise, when the master and young master return from their business trip, how will I explain this to them? Just when my mother-in-law offered to pay for my divorce, Butler Chin sensed trouble and quickly called the master and young master. But their phones were both turned off and he couldn't get through. Although this household is run by the master and mistress, the young master is their only son. If the young master returns and finds the young lady missing, he would surely go mad. The master still wanted the young master and young mistress to hurry up and have a son. Now that the young mistress is gone, who will give the young master a son? Seeing that the butler was not listening to her, the mother-in-law became angry. Butler, our family's matters are not for you to manage. I am the mistress of this house. If I say she must leave, then she must leave. There was no way out. Uncle Chin could only watch me leave helplessly, holding the 50 million check my mother-in-law gave me. I returned to the small apartment I had bought earlier, with 2 elevators and 4 households per floor. My unit has 3 bedrooms and 2 living rooms. Over the past few years, I haven't been idle either. I've been writing novels at home every day and have already become a distinguished author on the Chizi platform, producing several classic works. Several of my novels have even been adapted into television dramas, bringing in quite a substantial income. I spend my days holed up in my room writing, to the point where my in-laws think of me as a lazy parasite, increasingly looking down on me. I personally enjoy eating and have a passion for various cuisines. Last year, I even took money from Yi Yunshin to invest in a private dining restaurant, which is registered directly in my name. It's not very far from my apartment, just a 15-minute drive away. I know that with how much Yi Yunshin's mother dislikes me, it's only a matter of time before she drives me away. Men always have their unreliable sides. Sometimes, you really have to rely on yourself. Indeed, looking back now, my foresight was correct. I'm using it now, aren't I? Without Yi Yunshin, I feel so much better. At least I no longer have to endure his torment every night. Now, I've completely let myself go. I'm either writing at home or going to private dining restaurants to enjoy delicious food. I even excitedly started a faceless food live stream. The chef at the private dining restaurant, seeing my enthusiasm, puts even more effort into preparing various tasty dishes for me every day. Sometimes, he even shares the recipes while I'm live streaming, with me as a focused and dedicated food streamer, and a professional chef beside me sharing the cooking process. It didn't take long for my social media account to gain over 1 million followers. The business at the private dining restaurant has been booming. During the live stream, some fans would suggest dishes they wanted to eat and ask if our chef could make them. The chef said that for the dishes the fans wanted, they could call in advance to customize their orders, as we offer a custom dish service. Now, my private restaurant has become a sensation on social media platforms, with many diners coming every day out of curiosity, and my earnings keep increasing. When Yi Yunshin and his father returned from their business trip, he saw his mother handing him the divorce agreement. He widened his eyes in disbelief. Mom, what on earth is going on? How could Yao Yao divorce me? Before the grandmother could say anything, the butler, Chin Bo, respectfully stepped forward and said, "Young master." It was Madam who asked young mistress to leave. Young mistress has already signed the divorce agreement. Yi Yunshin's anger surged to his head instantly. Mom, why are you forcing Yao Yao to divorce me? Didn't you say that as long as I went to work, you wouldn't let me divorce Yao Yao? How dare you let Yao Yao divorce me while I'm not at home? The grandmother was also angry. Because I gave her 50 million. She agreed to divorce you without any hesitation. I told you long ago. She only likes our money, not you at all. Do you still not believe it? 50 million. And she would leave you. Your love for her is worth 50 million. Disturbed by the quarrel between his wife and son, the father-in-law furrowed his brows in annoyance and said to his mother-in-law, "What are you meddling in your son's affairs for? They've already gotten married. Just let your daughter-in-law have a son for you in the future." The father-in-law's words were even more pointed towards the mother-in-law. Have a son. They've been married for 3 years. And in 3 years, they haven't even produced an egg. What use is this daughter-in-law? She doesn't go out to work and earn money, and she can't even have children. The father-in-law thought about how I hadn't given birth to a single child in the 3 years since I entered the family, and fell silent. It's because I haven't had enough time alone with Yao Yao. It's because I've been insisting on contraception, not because Yao Yao can't use it. Yi Yunshin didn't expect this to be the reason. It was Yao Yao who had her mother send him away. Really? The mother-in-law said, half in disbelief. It's definitely true. I sleep with Yao Yao every day. If you don't believe me, just ask the cleaning lady who comes to our room every day. She'll tell you that there are used condoms in our trash can all the time. Yi Yunshin simply decided to let it all go. Surprisingly, my mother-in-law really brought in the cleaning lady who cleans our room. After getting a confirmed answer, my mother-in-law finally believed Yi Yunshin's words. So what? I've already kicked her out. If you want to find her, you can call her yourself. Yi Yunshin had a black line drawn at his temple. I just got blocked by Yao Yao. Mom, it's all your fault. If Yao Yao doesn't come back in the future, just pretend I don't have a son like you, and I won't come back either. Yao Yao, did you really divorce Yi Yunshin? Qingqing held my hand as we walked in the elevator. Qingqing was dressed in a cream-colored professional suit, with fiery red lips and rose-pink wavy hair that cascaded down her shoulders. Her exquisite eye makeup accentuated her charming eyes, making it hard not to steal a few more glances. Yeah, my mother-in-law gave me a 50 million check. So I agreed to the divorce. I've already blocked Yi Yunshin's number. You know my mother-in-law. She has always looked down on me. Who knows? She might already be scouting for the next daughter-in-law for Yi Yunshin. That's good that you've made your decision. Your mother-in-law is really something else. Always looking down on people. Qingqing chimed in. Since we've decided to get a divorce, how about accompanying me to a blind date tonight? I've signed up for an offline event of a singles club. Will you go with me? Sure. I haven't participated in an offline blind date event of a singles club before, and am curious to see what it's like in a warm, stylish hotel that exudes taste. I followed Qingqing into the private room of the singles club's offline event, where I saw a room full of handsome men and beautiful women. A young man approached me, dressed in a white shirt and black trousers, radiating an air of refined elegance. Miss. Hello. May I invite you to sing together? His magnetic, deep voice rang in my ears. Qingqing nudged me twice with her hand, and I nodded slightly. We sang a duet of Because of Love, and this handsome guy sang while gazing at me affectionately. The people around us cheered. Get together. Get together. Just as I was about to speak, the door to the private room was flung open with great force. Shu Yao. Yi Yunshin's icy voice came from the doorway, the lights in the room flickering, and my heart was racing up and down. We're doomed. Why is Yi Yunshin here? You actually dare to come on a blind date? He strode up to me, grabbed my hand, and looked at me and the handsome guy next to me with a predatory gaze. I was scared. I was afraid he would drag me to bed again to punish me. I didn't. I just came with Qingqing. I quickly backed down and immediately pulled Qingqing out to put out the fire. Yi Yunshin dragged me out of the private room. pinning me against the wall, his hands braced on either side, veins bulging, his face dark. You took 50 million. And you want to find someone new so soon. I didn't. I saw it all. And you still say you didn't. You were singing love songs with him. I only came with Ching Ching. Don't try to wrong me. I never really intended to come for a blind date. I just wanted to see the world. I won't admit to this baseless accusation. Ha. Shoo you. You really are something. While I wasn't home, you took my mom's 50 million and divorced me, blocked my contact, and still dared to come for a blind date. Why did you leave me? Was I not good enough for you? Do you really love money that much? Yi Yunshin moved closer, forcing me against the wall, and a strong desire to survive surged within me. It was your mother who forced me to divorce. You're not home, and I can't resist your mother's authority, can I? My stubborn brain was working really fast at that moment, and I immediately shifted the blame onto my mother-in-law. Perhaps it was my sincere little gaze that pleased Yi Yunshin. He wrapped his arms around my waist and pulled me into his embrace. His large hand was caressing my waist. I'm terrified. At this moment, Yi Yunshin was surrounded by an aura of danger. My damn survival instinct drove me to kiss Yi Yunshin right on the lips. Yi Yunshin immediately took the initiative, deepening the kiss. I was about to run out of breath when Yi Yunshin finally let me go, with a weary expression. He said, "Yao Yao, can we not get a divorce? My mom doesn't like you, so how about we move out? In the future, when we have kids, let's not let my mom see them, just to infuriate her." I couldn't help but laugh at Yi Yunshin, that grandmother who would sprinkle gold coins, though not very likable. I certainly liked her money. Seeing that I smiled, Yi Yunshin suddenly smiled too. Ha ha, Yao Yao. You still love me, and I love you too. We'll never get a divorce. Then he kissed me on the cheek several times. Depend on. That pervert Yi Yunshin got my face covered in his stinking saliva. Nobody knows that this spoiled brat Yi Yunshin actually loves me very much. The first time he saw me confront his good buddy Chu Xingxi at university, he fell head over heels for my unyielding personality. Baby, come home with me today, okay? Yi Yunshin whispered in my ear, his hands caressing my face, urging me to look him in the eye. I don't want to. As soon as the words left my mouth, Yi Yunshin's hand on my face tightened even more. You don't have the right to refuse. You have to come home with me today. No, your mom has already kicked me out. Do I want to lose face by going back? Hearing that I wasn't going home with him for this reason, Yi Yunshin smiled. Then let's go to the big flat I bought. Not back to the villa. What should I do? Now that it has come to this, I can only follow Yi Yunshin back to his spacious apartment. As soon as we returned to the apartment, Yi Yunshin pushed me against the door. His long fingers lifted my chin, and that handsome profile, those beautiful eyes filled with desire, were looking at me. Seeing Yi Yunshin like this, I felt intimidated. The dead hand stubbornly wanted to open the door and leave. Want to run? Did you get my permission? Before I could react, Yi Yunshin had already carried me back to the room. The next day, I opened my eyes, feeling miserable, as if I had been beaten up, and on Yi Yunshin's chest were all the marks left by my grasping hands. Seeing that I was awake, Yi Yunshin turned over and hugged me tightly, asking, "Are you still daring to talk about divorce?" I was scared that he would come at me again, so I could only concede. I want divorce. Thus, Yi Yunshin and I never returned to the big villa. We stayed in Yi Yunshin's spacious apartment. Yi Yunshin was afraid that I would go hungry by myself while he was at work, so he hired a part-time worker to help with cooking and cleaning. I was also happy to have it easy. Life went on just like before, except for dealing with Yi Yunshin every night. This wolf is becoming more and more excessive now. Fortunately, Yi Yunshin now gives me all the money he used to take from his parents every month. Before, he only gave me half, but now he gives me all of it. For the sake of the money, I forgave him somewhat. After living in the large apartment with Yi Yunshin for 3 months, I asked Qingqing to go out shopping and have dinner together. Unexpectedly, we ran into my mother-in-law, Xu Yao. I really underestimated you, you vixen. You've even bewitched my son so much that he doesn't even come home anymore. You've taken 50 million from me. Yet you won't leave my son. How can you be so shameless, you barren woman? Are you trying to ensure our family has no descendants? Listening to my mother-in-law's insults really infuriated me. Is it me who doesn't want a divorce? Clearly, it's her son who doesn't want to. I couldn't hold back my anger and fired back. If you have the ability, go home and manage your son, and make him divorce me quickly. Am I the one who doesn't want a divorce? Clearly, your son loves me to death and can't live without me. You can't even manage your son. So what are you getting angry at me for? Thinking of my son who doesn't listen to me. My mother-in-law got angry and pushed me a little. I never expected that I would be so fragile, that with just that little push, I would faint right on the ground. Yao Yao. Qingqing saw me collapse to the ground and was completely stunned. Yi Yunshin, if anything happens to Yao Yao, I'll skin you alive. When I woke up again, I saw Yi Yunshin, with red eyes, sitting by my hospital bed. Yao Yao, you're finally awake. You scared me to death. Yi Yunshin held my hand tightly, looking terrified. Yao Yao, are you hungry? I bought you some century egg and lean meat congee. Come on, get up and have some. Qingqing opened the takeout box and served me a bowl of congee. Yi Yunshin brought over the congee. And just as he scooped a spoonful to feed me, my mother-in-law's voice urgently came from outside the door. You can't eat that. I brought you chicken congee made by the chef at home. Eat mine. Son, how can you take care of people like this? Don't you know takeout isn't clean? Come on. Let Yao Yao have the chicken congee I brought. Seeing my suddenly polite mother-in-law, I was stunned. This is my mother-in-law who always looks down on me. She hasn't been possessed by something unclean, has she? Looking at me in a daze, my mother-in-law added, what are you still standing there for? Hurry up and drink your porridge. If you don't eat, don't blame me if my grandson gets hungry. I just took a sip of the porridge and haven't reacted yet. Whose son is this? Yao Yao, you are 3 months pregnant. Yi Yunshin looked at me gently and stroked my belly with his hand. What? Impregnant? I was taken aback and burst into tears. Yao Yao, what's wrong? Don't cry. The doctor said you can't get too emotional right now. Yi Yunshin stood up nervously, gently patting my back. I can't believe I'm pregnant. Yi Yunshin, it's all your fault. I told you to use a condom. But you insisted it was safe to skip it during this period. I haven't even figured out how to be a good mother yet. I cried while hitting Yi Yunshin. Seeing me like this, my mother-in-law was afraid I might not want the baby in my belly, and she spoke up directly. When the child is born, they'll give you 50 million. They'll hire a nanny to help take care of the child. The ward suddenly fell silent, and I wiped my tears with my hand. Then I stretched my hands towards my mother-in-law, who felt confused. What does this mean? It was still my teammate Yi Yunshin who was supportive. Mom, 50 million. Hurry up and give the money. Do you still want a grandson or not? My mother-in-law was so angry she was about to explode, and she kept taking deep breaths. For the sake of her grandson, she couldn't lose her temper. Under the gaze of the 4 eyes, my grandmother readily took out a 50 million check. Hey, raise the money for you. You must take good care of my grandson. If anything happens to him, I will hold you responsible. Yi Yunshin took the 50 million check from my grandmother's hand and handed it to me. Yao Yao, the money is in your hands. Hurry up and finish the chicken. Holding the heavy 5 million in my hand, I felt that this chicken porridge was simply too delicious. There is the scent of money. After finishing the chicken porridge, I contentedly pat my little belly. I really hope this baby is a boy, so I can ask my mother-in-law for another son later. Ha 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 ha.